Fashion, style, and quality, all at low prices on every item, every day. By Frontier Utilities, low price electricity, and more. And by Chick-fil-A Houston, helping to fight hunger when the Astros load the bases. Downtown Houston, where the Astros are hosting the Marlins. Game 5 of this 6-game homestand. Game 2 of this 3-game series. Astros 1-3 coming out of the All-Star break. We have not seen Tatsuya Imai since before the All-Star break. As Julia mentioned, he last pitched 2 weeks ago against the Nationals on the road. He has been better on the road than at home, but going to try and turn that around here in the post-All-Star break portion of the schedule.
He's had plenty of time off, so hopefully getting things right, and excited about this start. You'll see the pitch usage, a lot of sliders, a lot of four-seam fastballs, not much else. That slider, again, can break a couple of different ways. You'll see here on StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud, the rest of the Arsenal for Tatsuya Imai. You can two-seam it a little bit, but we haven't seen much of that changeup or split. It has been a lot of that slider. A lot of the reason for that is that average at 186 against the slider for Imai that has been known to look like a UFO because you can't figure out where it's going. The Marlins lineup is going to shape up like this. It's going to have Otto Lopez back in that lineup. He is the National League and Major League leader in batting average, hitting .335. So they're happy to have him back at the top, try and jumpstart this offense and end this streak they're on.
Yeah, he's the igniter in this offense, and they really missed him the last couple of games. He had some inflammation in his right ring finger and kept him out of yesterday's game as well as the finale in Milwaukee. But back in there at the top of the lineup today. He's got more hits than Yordan Alvarez, and the only guy hitting better in terms of batting average in the major leagues than Yordan. Took a first pitch strike from Imai, and now we see our first slider down for a ball as 1-1. Lopez, an all-star this year for the Marlins, went 1 for 2 in the all-star game in Philadelphia. Having a huge season, and one of the reasons why the Marlins have been a surprise team. A little comebacker. Tatsuya Imai fires one sidearm to Christian Walker for the first out of this game. Astros starting defense presented by Xfinity. Christian Vasquez catching again for Tatsuya Imai. He has caught 12 of Imai's 14 starts. You've got Christian Walker back in the lineup after being out yesterday and missing part of the game on Sunday as well. And then in the outfield, Lamont Wade Jr. left. Lucas Spence back in center. 5th straight game for Spence in center. And Taylor Trammell back-to-back starts in right. It's the first time all season that Cam Smith has gone back-to-back games without a start. Cam did come in defensively last night in the game. Here's Kyle Stowers batting second. Kyle led off the game yesterday in the absence of Otto Lopez, now batting in his more familiar 2 spot tonight. He's got a 2-0 count. He's been good for the Marlins since the beginning of June with an .828 OPS. Skies this one into left field. Lamont Wade Jr. barely has to move as puts it away for out number 2. Kind of drifting around out there and before that catch.
Yeah, ended up in the same spot.
Couple steps right, couple steps left, back in his
clean shaven.
You're right.
Man, Razor's getting some work in the Astros clubhouse.
Lamont doesn't have a hit in this homestand. He's got plenty of walks.
Oh, yeah.
But just doesn't have a hit yet. And you mentioned the Christian Walker look last night as he was pinch hitting.
It's a little things, TK, details.
Love it. You gotta mix it up, right? Some people choose hair color.
Yeah. Because they can't grow facial hair. What I lacked in one department, I more than made up in another.
You keep things the same when you're struggling.
Oh, man, yeah. I mean, ball players, they'll mix everything up. Whatever it takes to get knocks.
A 1 pitch to Edberto Hernandez. We also saw that with AJ Blueball. He's tried to throw up here 2 different times, and both times giving up a run, and it's like, that's enough of that. Tatsuya with an 0-2 count on Hernandez. This has been a problematic inning for Tatsuya. If he can get through this clean, that's a nice start And he can't quite on an 0-2 pitch that Hernandez is able to find a space in between short and third and just grounds one into left field. That'll be a 2-out base runner.
Was the fastball away. Not the ground ball he wanted. It's just unfortunately out of the reach of Isak at third base.
Tatsuya this year has allowed 11 earned runs in 12 innings in the first inning. He's made 13 starts, but there's been 2 first innings where he hasn't worked through the first. The runner goes well ahead of Imai's delivery, and they're going to call a balk on Tatsuya. And Hernandez is going to reach second. First base umpire John Lipka says that Imai balked in that disengagement to throw out the runner.
Yeah, we'll have to go back and look at how he disengaged. But that was an unbelievable jump by Hernandez. Everybody hooting and hollering, trying to get Imai's attention. Watch how he breaks early. And then you see the disengagement. That's not a balk. He stepped off with the right foot.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that's a balk.
Huh.
That looked clean to me, but it was called a balk by John Lipka. Now Xavier Edwards batting in the 4th spot today. Has a pitch bounce in there. It's 1-0.
I got the right foot of Vasquez.
Rafael Freitas out there to check on Vasquez.
Got the knee.
Yeah, somewhere around the knee, which is heavily protected.
There's that last pitch. Looked like a slider down. The knee is on the ground. As he goes to block it, it gets under the glove and hits squarely on that knee pad. Must have just hit in that perfect spot, maybe in the seam between the plastic protection there.
Christian takes a lot of abuse like any catcher behind the plate, and he usually rarely reacts, but he is struggling on this one.
I'm with you. It's a little surprising. Must have gotten him good.
Eder Diaz was concerned enough to run down the steps and put on the gear just in case, it looked like. And he is going to battle through it here with a little bit of a limp going back to his position.
You know, it's also, you know, where the kneecap is positioned behind that pad. And it slows down some of the velocity, but it doesn't absorb every ounce of that impact. So he says he's all right. These guys are crazy back there. Crazy tough, too.
Sean Barber patting him on the shoulder on his way back. The umpire behind home plate tonight. Counts 1-0 on Xavier Edwards. Edwards with 2 strikeouts, 2 walks last night. Also lined out. Sends this ball in the air to center. Coming out from shortstop is Pena. Spence was fooled by that swing. And Jeremy makes the play for out number 3. 1 hit, 1 left on. Astros will have Jeremy Pena leading things off, followed by Yordan Alvarez and Isak Paredes in the bottom of the first.
There he is, big man Yordan hitting second again, hitting .324. Jeremy Pena ahead of him. Isak Paredes, Jose Altuve, Lamont Wade Jr., Christian Walker back in there behind Lamont Wade, Taylor Trammell, Lucas Spence, and we saw Christian Vasquez behind the dish.
Tyler Phillips, another 28-year-old righty, just like Tatsuya Imai, getting the start today for the Marlins. Delivers a fastball below the zone to Jeremy Pena. Phillips originally with the Rangers in the 2015 draft and was picked up by the Phillies on waivers back in 2021 and then moved on to the Marlins from there in 2025, right before the season started. Now getting a second opportunity with the Marlins. He has mixed in between the rotation and the bullpen. Was the opener last time right before the All-Star break, pitching on Sunday, and he was ready to go a little bit too early there as Pena had not engaged him.
Here we go.
So Sean Barber stopped that delivery with a 1-1 count. There's that breaking ball, and it's 1-2. You're not going to see a whole lot of fastballs from Phillips tonight. Just 34% with the fastball. And Pena sends one to deep left center field. Looking back is the left fielder Hernandez, and that is off the top of the wall and in play. Pena into second base with his 10th double of the year.
I think that's a home run. I think it hit the railing above that signage out there in left center field. Joe Espada out of the dugout. He wants them to check. He's going to ask crew chief James Hoy. But I think if we go back and watch this replay, you're going to see it hit off the railing above that yellow line out there in left field. And I'm taking his word for it.
This is a crew chief review of the ball that was in play.
So it's a boundary call, crew chief review, and we'll take another look. Pena might have his 8th home run instead of his 10th double.
That's a homer.
That's out.
I like it.
Pena's going to continue on in the bases when they do this review, and people here at Dyken Park haven't seen it yet on El Grande. They'll react shortly, along with Jeremy Pena, as he hits a leadoff home run here to start this one.
Well, he took that off-speed pitch.
After review, home run.
There we go.
The turn to the bullpen, and Pena will complete his trot around the bases. 1-0 Astros, leadoff home run for Pena.
Pena swinging the bat well, back-to-back nights with a home run. He got that spin TK was talking about. A sweeper out over the plate, arms extended, and barreled 405 feet to left center field to get things going for the Astros.
Pena's 7th career leadoff home run, as he hits one out against Tyler Phillips here to start this game. Now the big man, Yordan Alvarez, went back-to-back with Pena last night. Delivers just a measly single tonight on the first pitch he sees from Phillips. Yordan continues to raise that batting average up. He was leading Yandy Diaz by 12 points going into that at-bat, and now he leads by even more in the batting average race.
I feel like that's a seeing eye single for Yordan because he only hit it at 98 miles an hour. Tonight's aerial coverage of the Wire Cam brought to you by our partners at Defy.
So a home run followed by a single. And now Isaac Paredes the batter. Astros quickly on the board against Tyler Phillips, who pitched just 1 inning as the opener in his last start before the All-Star break. Paredes taking one at the bottom of the zone for a strike, and Isaac down in the count 0-2. There are the updated numbers with that base hit. He's now up on Yandy Diaz. Actually, Yandy is 1 for 3 today, so Yandy's hitting .312. So he's up on Yandy by 14 points. He's got a 4 home run lead and 7 RBI lead. One and 2 the count to Paredes.
It's impressive he's creating separation this late in the season.
Big separation.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, Blummer, with the Astros from here through the deadline and then from the deadline to the end of the season, we're going to have an exciting summer because of one guy in particular who's at first base right now.
Yeah.
Because he's doing something that has happened once since 1967, leading the league in all the Triple Crown categories.
No, it's pretty remarkable what he's able to do. And I mean, along with that, carrying the weight and pressure of having to perform at that level, he's got the entire team on his back.
This one looped into shallow center, could be in the Bermuda Triangle, but a nice play by Lopez, who makes the catch and forces Yordan to hustle back to first as he gets the ball back in quickly. Nice play by the shortstop Lopez.
That really was a nice play. Got a pretty young, pretty quick defense out there for the Miami Marlins, with Sanoja moving from shortstop to third base. But on our mattress from Supermo, You can see Otto Lopez, not just a professional hitter.
Now Jose Altuve coming in with a 3-game hitting streak, knocked in the last run for the Astros yesterday, and takes a pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Yeah, you're right though about Jordan carrying the team. Obviously 2 of the 3 categories in the Triple Crown are done on your own for the most part, batting average and home runs. You need your teammates' help on the RBIs part of it. This one grounded to short. They're going to go to second for 1, and the throw is low, but Altuve out by less than half a step as he is not able to beat that return throw in the dirt. So the Astros get on the board first with a leadoff home run by Jeremy Pena. It is 1-0.
Official kids club of the Houston Astros, and sign up for the Astros Buddies Club presented by HEB today. Buddies Club members receive a drawstring bag, widget hat, widget charm, socks, lanyard, and 4 tickets to an Astros game. Visit astros.com/buddies to sign up today. TK.
All right, Julia. Second inning baseball. Astros in front 1-0 thanks to Jeremy Pena. Liam Hicks will lead things off for the Marlins. Hicks DHing for the 2nd straight day. Been really good in that middle of the Marlins lineup, especially since coming off the IL. He had a back issue that put him on the IL. That was finished at the end of June, and since then he's been hitting .323. Marlins have scored 18 runs during their 7-game losing streak, including not scoring any runs in their last 11 games in the first inning. Tatsuya Imai, who had struggled at times this year in the first inning, able to get through the first clean against Miami today as you look at the second-year manager Clayton McCullough. It is still a team that has exceeded expectations at 52-49, but they are fighting it right now with a 7-game losing streak, the only team that has not won since the All-Star break. Imai trying to keep that streak going tonight. He gets ahead 1-2 on Hicks. Swing and a foul tip caught by Christian Vasquez. Imai has his first strikeout of the night.
There's that slider. It acted a little bit like a changeup on the UTMB Anderson strike zone, but you see that spin. But the lack of break has confused Liam Hicks as he gets it swing and miss.
A lot of Imai's work in spring training was done on backfields. He did make 3 starts for the Astros in Major League spring training games. 2 of those 3 starts came against the Miami Marlins. Faced the Marlins on March the 5th and then again on March the 11th. Went 2 perfect innings on the 5th up in Jupiter at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Then he went 3 innings of 1-hit shutout baseball in his second outing. Conine faced him a couple of times and struck out twice. He puts the ball in play here and grounds out to Christian Walker for the second out. Tatsuya Imai working on 13 days of rest. Had his 2 best starts of the season in back-to-back outings at the end of June. But then at home against Minnesota and on the road against the Nationals, won a total of 5 innings in his last 2 starts before the break. Jacob Marcy taking a pitch for a strike. See Marcy's numbers his last 5 games. It's been a struggle for him in 2026 after a really good rookie campaign last year. That one just misses the outside corner. It's 1-1. Couldn't quite spin that slider on the corner. Sometimes he tries to spin the slider and it goes into a lefty. Sometimes it goes away from a lefty. That one looked like it had some plate. In fact, Christian Vasquez is going to challenge. It could look like it's going to be a good challenge.
Astros catcher is challenging the ball.
Vasquez 27 of 59 in challenges. Our ABS powered by T-Mobile will show us that he's now 28 for 60.
Ball's overturned.
Trying to get back to that 500 clip in challenges behind the plate.
Nicely done by Vasquez.
That's a nice count changer. It's now 2-2. And he gets the strikeout. Good challenge leads to the strikeout on a pitch down and in. And Tatsuya Imai has a 1-2-3 second. Astros lead 1-0.
Believe it, Naruto night is tomorrow, July 22nd. That is tomorrow. Get the exclusive add-on ticket to score a limited edition Jeremy Pena Naruto inspired bobblehead while supplies last. Visit astros.com/Naruto.
Pena with a home run in back-to-back games after missing the game Sunday to wrap up that Orioles series. Leading off with a home run tonight, giving the Astros a 1-0 lead on his 7th career home run. Lamont Wade Jr. has done nothing but draw walks in this homestand. He doesn't have a hit in the homestand, but he has drawn 6 walks. Nobody in baseball has drawn more walks since the break than the guy who has a 2-0 count here against Tyler Phillips. Now it's 3-0. Something about Wade Jr. Pitchers can't find the zone.
Yeah, he gets up there and all of a sudden pitchers are allergic to throwing strikes.
I mean, Lamont obviously shaved because he wasn't getting hits, but he is drawing walks. That one could have been ball 4, but called a strike at the top of the zone.
Yeah, maybe he was trying to change his appearance so they'll actually pitch to him.
That is off the plate, and there is another walk for Lamont Wade Jr. 7th walk of the homestand, while he is 0 for the homestand during that same stretch. 0 for 9 with 7 walks is quite a line. Now Christian Walker back in there. Christian had that hip issue that kept him out of the game yesterday as a starter. Did come in as a pinch hitter and stayed in the game defensively. Tonight is his 100th game of the season, joining Yordan Alvarez and Cam Smith in the 100 games played club. Yordan's now up to 101 as he's in the game tonight. We'll see if Cam gets in later on. On the ground and in the hole into left field. Christian Walker back off the short time away from the lineup and picks up a base hit.
It's got to feel good for the stash. Got a good sinker down and in, but he got those hands through quickly and cleared that pitch out, shot it into left.
Now Taylor Trammell bats with 2 on and nobody out. Trammell getting back-to-back starts in this series against the Marlins. Taylor making his 33rd start of the year. Misses the first pitch, curveball, 0-1. He has one more at bat this year than he did in the season last year as an Astro. 118 at bats, 117 finished with last year. This ball into right, playable for Griffin Conine. Tagging at second is going to be Wade Jr. He's going to head for third. He's going to get there. Good aggressive base running on that ball to right field.
Good read. I feel like Lamont Wade doing a little bit of homework right there. That ball not driven deep, but I think he kind of acknowledged that he had a chance to run on Conine's arm. And a good jump on it. That throw offline, and he gets in there easily.
Wade scored on a single that Trammell grounded into the hole into right field last night for the Astros' first run. Scored from second testing Conine in that scenario too. Here's Lucas Spence. Spence still looking for that first big league RBI.
Outfield arms are presented by Lone Star College. Great arm out there in left field. Conine is that green light. We've seen it, like TK said, in this series now a couple of times. Marcy's got a good arm but plays pretty deep.
Spence, who debuted on Friday, hit the ball hard last night, didn't have anything to show for it. Went 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored, and all 3 outs. He hit the ball over 100 miles an hour. But in his first 5 games, he has played in every game starting in center field since being called up and debuting on Friday against the Orioles out of the All-Star break. Now down in the count 0-2. Field in tight to try and cut down the run. The middle of the infield has a little bit of a tweener position in case they think they might be able to turn 2, but with Spence, ooh, that could be risky.
Yeah, you're right. He can fly.
Good pick by Mack on a pitch down, and it's 2-2. So Mack, the regular catcher since his call up from the minor leagues on May the 4th. Made his debut that day. Now it's 2-2 on Lucas. Good take on a pitch down, and now it's a full count.
Yeah, tough splitter down. He was able to hold it back, take it down out of the zone.
Wade at third, Walker at first, 1 out. And a ball to right field. That'll score the run, if not get over Conine's head. It's over his head and off the wall. Lucas Spence with his first big league RBI and his first big league extra base hit. Astros lead it 2-0.
Oh, giving the bullpen some love too. He's all over it. Spence did a great job getting into this position to get that fastball down. And it may have been down a little bit out of the zone on our UTMD Anderson strike zone, but he let it travel, got the barrel to it, and hits it over the head just off the glove of Conine possibly for that first career double and RBI. Astros in business with the bottom part of their lineup.
Now Christian Vasquez, who loves these situations, takes a pitch in the dirt for ball 1. There you see his numbers with Risp, over 900 OPS with runners in scoring position. Infield in tight with 1 out in second and third. There's a strike at the bottom of the zone, 1-1. Shows getting a couple of runs here against Tyler Phillips, 1 in each of the first 2 innings. Looking for more here in the second. Phillips is approaching his season total that he finished with last year when he was almost exclusively out of the bullpen for the Marlins and threw 77 2/3 innings. He's up to 76 in a third innings this year. It should cross over his season total from last year. They had an injury crop up on them with Max Meyer going on the IL, so they're down one of their key starters in the first half of the season.
Yeah, it's a tough one to lose right there.
Vasquez waves at a pitch in the dirt as he misses the curveball, and that's a strikeout that Phillips was looking for. His first strikeout, second out of the inning. Julia.
The power play is presented by HEB as Jeremy Pena comes up here. Look back at what he did last night. It was a big swing. Jordan saying that was a huge moment, not just for JP, but the whole club. That second inning grand slam. Said hits are good, home runs are better, grand slams are best.
I like what he told you about Jordan.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, he thinks Jordan is going to get called up to a different or better league soon with the way he's playing.
Makes sense.
Finding a league tougher than Major League Baseball. Paying you down in the count 0-2. With that guy on deck, when you have second and third and 2 outs, you know you should probably have a pitcher who's going to attack you.
You're going to see the best of these got too.
The last thing this pitcher wants is the bases filled for the guy on deck. Trying to get Jeremy to chase after getting ahead 0-2. A walk and a couple of hits in the inning. Astros taking a 2-0 lead in the second. That's well off the plate, and now Jeremy has a 2-2 count. Pena originally stopped at second on that leadoff home run, thinking it was in play. That was the initial ruling. Goes down on strikes here. It's a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, ends the inning, but the Astros add to their lead.
Got a big swing from the youngster, Lucas Spence. Got to that 3-2 count, picked up his first extra base hit and RBI. Astros lead 2-0.
Celebration is back. Enjoy Astros Light Up the Park, presented by Houston Methodist at Dyken Park, December 4th through January 3rd. Perfect for all ages. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit astros.com/lightupthepark. TK?
All right, Julia, third inning baseball, 2-0 Astros. Tatsuya Imai has looked good so far. Just a ground single between Paredes and Pena, the only runner he's allowed through 2 innings. As he faces the number 8 hitter, Javier Sanoa. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Marlins here in the third. That one's going to catch the outside corner, says Sean Barber. It's 1-1. Sanoa, a guy that can play everywhere and has played everywhere for the Marlins. 8 different positions the last 2 seasons, everything but catcher for him. Guy that'll put the ball in play. Tough strikeout. Saw him pick up a couple of hits his last 2 at bats last night to right field. That went up and away, 2-2. Another one into right field. This one playable. Taylor Trammell makes the catch. Sanoa flies out to right for the first out. Mentioned Imai faced the Marlins a couple of times in spring training. He faced Xavier Edwards, Griffin Conine, and this hitter, Joe Mack, this spring. So even though he's not pitched against the Marlins before tonight in a regular season game, has faced a few of these hitters before. Mack with a foul ball at the plate, 0-1. Astros start the night 48-54, 6 games under 500. The AL West leader flipped last night with the Mariners winning and the Rangers losing, so Seattle now leads at 51-50. Astros 3.5 games back. Marlins are much further back in their division despite being 3 games over. They're 7 behind Atlanta and 4 behind the Phillies despite being 52 and 49. It's been a National League dominated season in 2026. The AL has definitely struggled. Swing and a miss. 3-pitch strikeout for Tatsuya Imai. He's got 4. Check that, 3 in the game. And 3 of the last 5 hitters have gone down via strikes. League leaders are presented by Houston Methodist in terms of best batting average in all of baseball. You've got the 2 leaders. Otto Lopez leading the way in the National League and in the major leagues overall. Yordan Alvarez the best in the AL. 3 points better than Luis Ariz, who's having a really nice season for the Giants and has been talked about as a possible trade piece at the trade deadline. You got this guy, the only guy hitting better than Yordan in all of baseball. Pitches up, it's 2-0.
It's an interesting stat after Yordan got to 300 for his career as far as batting average.
Yep.
There's only 3 current big leaguers that have a 300 average or better. 2 of them are on the Astros.
How about that?
Jose Altuve and Yordan Alvarez. The other one is the guy you were just talking about, Luis Ariz. And a stat that's gone by the wayside. Batting average.
You don't hear about it as much.
No.
It's more about on-base percentage, but Yordan has every quality you want in a hitter, including the batting average portion of it.
That's what I think makes it a little more special, what he's doing. There you go.
Minimum 1,000 plate appearances. There's 3 guys hitting 300. Yordan has a friend now. He was deep in thought, looking.
Yeah, whether he wants it or not.
That'll be a walk drawn by Otto Lopez. First walk issued by Imai. 2-out walk.
Looks like Dan Hennigan.
Yep.
One of the assistant hitting coaches talking with Yordan.
You know, the guy wants to protect his bats when he doesn't put it in the bat rack. He just puts them right next to him on the bench.
Yeah, if he puts them in the bat rack, the others just incinerate because it's so hot. Or they just suck the life out of them. So that's, oh man, smart hitter.
There you see the bats in the batting glove right next to him. Like, I'm not messing around with the bat rack. You guys use the bat rack. I'm good here. Now you can see Yordan how he towers over Dan.
I was thinking the same thing. Poor Dan.
Dan was hoping we weren't going to see Yordan stand up during that sequence.
He just disappeared.
There he is. How much fun would it be to be a hitting coach with this guy on your team?
Are you kidding me? I mean, you're helping each other out, but you'd probably learn a lot from being around a guy like Yordan.
I think that was one of the early things we heard from both Victor Rodriguez and Anthony Iposi is that our life is so much easier with him on the roster.
Yeah. He is another hitting coach for those guys too. I mean, he's in the cage doing work, but you learn by watching some of the greats. You also learn by listening. So I'm sure that there's some stuff to be absorbed.
3-0 swinging. Kyle Stowers finds an open space in between Pena, Paredes, and Wade as he loops one into left field on a 3-0 pitch, but hit it in the perfect spot to put runners on first and third.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, because in a 3-0 count, an exit velocity of 70.8 is less than ideal, but it's all about location. He was able to split 3 players.
So now the Marlins with a little 2-out rally, a walk and a flare single. And Adalberto Hernandez is the batter. He singled in between Paredes and Pena his first time up.
Yeah, if you get a chance to talk to Victor or Anthony Iapoce, ask them who they thought the best hitters they've ever worked with that are not on this team, and you get some interesting answers. A lot of fun. We don't have enough time for me to go into it, but it's a fun conversation. I can tell you right now, Big Poppy and Manny Ramirez left a huge impact on Victor. Two incredible hitters.
Mm-hmm. This ball into center. Lucas Spence going back on it, has room and makes the catch right on the warning track for the final out. A walk, a hit, 2 left on for Tatsuya Imai. Astros lead 2-0. And we'll have Yordan Alvarez leading off the inning. It is Appointment TV. He's leading off next.
Slam from Jeremy Pena, and then a home run from Yordan Alvarez. How about most back-to-back home runs this season? Astros have 7. Ahead of them are the A's and Reds. A's have 8. Reds have 9. And 2 of those for the A's actually happened in Vegas, so I don't know if you discount that or not. But at the same time, those pretty good numbers and pretty fun to talk about, hitting back-to-back home runs.
Yordan hit a first pitch fastball for a single his first time up. Sees another fastball here at the bottom of the zone. Phillips is usually a guy that will throw a lot of off speed. Yordan hasn't seen a wrinkle yet until this one, which is off the plate. The splitter missing. It's 1-1. 66% off speed. Only his teammate who's on the IL, Max Meyer, with a higher percentage. Gave Yordan another fastball. He sends this one towards left field. Playable for Hernandez in front of the out-of-town scoreboard for out number 1. So Yordan 1 for 2 tonight. Extended his hitting streak to 8 games his first time up. Now Isaac Paredes. Paredes popped up his first time. Isaac's got his own hitting streak going of 6 games coming into tonight. And there's a strike going 1. A lot of rain in the Northeast tonight. The Boston Red Sox riding a 14-game winning streak were rained out of their game against the Orioles, and the Yankees rained out in the Bronx against the Pirates tonight. That one bounces for a ball. It's 1-1. Here it's just so hot, except for if you're inside Dyken Park.
Yeah,
pretty comfortable.
Thank goodness for this roof.
Ooh, it has been scorching around the area lately.
No, it's been pretty impressive. You're right. Of course, we'll leave town and it'll drop back down into the low 90s, but we appreciate the 100 plus while we're at home.
This ball popped high in the air to left. Looks like it's playable, and it is. And Roberto Hernandez for the second out. Who would move on a day like today? Let's send it down to Julia.
Me, that's who. I need water. I need electrolytes. Time to take a look at our Chevy Stroll Bowl. What play would you most want to see in person? An inside the Parker, a grand slam, someone stealing home, or a triple play voted Space City HM. Don't recommend it, TK.
Julia moving in season and then moving on one of the hottest days of the year where the heat advisory is. Altuve flies out to right. Phillips needs only 8 pitches to get through the third. We are 2-0 Astros after 3.
The best in Texas power pitcher is driven by Ford. Ronel Blanco. He made his return, his 2026 debut. We saw him come out yesterday throwing strikes. He fanned 8 over 4 2/3 there. Said he was emotional and had a lot of adrenaline. Told us during his rehab he woke up every day with the same focus and drive to come back and help the team. Yesterday, was a big day to get.
Yeah, that was fun to watch. There's a challenge right away as you see Ronel hanging out in the dugout.
Catcher's challenging the ball call.
Christian Vasquez challenging the first pitch of the 4th inning. He got one overturned earlier today, and now he's 2 for 2.
Houston will have 2 remaining.
You know what Christian is right now? Locked in.
He is locked in. He is locked in. 2 for 2 tonight, 29 of 61 on the season in challenges. Xavier Edwards, who flied out to center, now down on the count 0-2. Edwards batting cleanup and playing second base. Jose Altuve batting cleanup and playing second base. You don't see that very often. It last happened in a big league game last September with Luke Keeschel and Blaze Alexander playing second base for their respective teams and batting cleanup. Swing and a miss. 3-pitch strikeout again for Imai as he struck out Mack on 3 pitches. Now he gets Edwards on 3 for his 4th strikeout of the game. Player to watch is presented by Jack in the Box. It is Liam Hicks. You can see his numbers on the season. Hicks, since coming off the IL, has been very good. Last night had a couple of hits, including a home run. Liam Hicks originally was a Texas Ranger. And traded to the Tigers. The Tigers did not protect him, and then he was swooped up by the Marlins in the Rule 5 draft. He has found a home with the Fish. There's a strike. It's 1-1.
It's kind of interesting to see the strikeouts against Hicks in first couple of games against the Astros. He didn't strike out all that much.
No.
He was a high contact guy.
Now, coming into this series, Blummer, 32 strikeouts against 33 walks.
Yeah.
But he has struck out 3 times in 2 games so far, which doesn't happen much, as you said. He's got a 1-1 count here against Imai. Fastball just missing in. It's 2-1. Hicks already with a career high in home runs and a career high in runs batted in with 14 and 60, leading the team in those categories. On the ground, Altuve to his left gobbles it up, and Hicks is retired for the second out. As we have watched Tatsuya Imai in his first major league season, there are times when it seems like if he can get into leverage counts, his stuff probably plays better at the big league level than he realizes.
Yeah, but it's just a matter of getting to those counts where he is leading the way and can dictate what happens next, or get to that wicked UFO slider that just breaks nowhere near the zone. We've seen him be excellent for back-to-back starts, but we haven't seen that back-to-back-to-back, or that month-long where you're starting to see that 4 or 5 starts in a row where you're really seeing him get in a rhythm, get comfortable, get confident. You know, you see 2 really good ones where he'll rack up 21 strikeouts, and you're going, okay, this guy's figured it out, and then all of a sudden he just hits the skids and can't find the strike zone.
Yeah, 21 strikeouts to 1 walk
yeah.
in those 2 starts.
And then goes 5 strikeouts to 8 walks. So trying to explain that makes it real tough.
It's in there.
That's the thing. And that might be one of the more frustrating parts, is you know it's in there.
He has worked almost exclusively with Christian Vazquez. Every start but 2 has been Vazquez behind the plate. Joe Espada saying, as Julia told us pregame, that they're just trying to work with him in terms of the preparation and what it means to be here in the big leagues, because they know his stuff plays. It's just a matter of maybe controlling those walks and some of those leverage counts. It's got a 1-1 count here on Conine. This ball hit pretty well to left. Back goes Ward. He's going to watch it, or Wade, excuse me. He's going to watch it off the wall. Lamont Wade Jr. gets the ball back in. Opposite field double by Conine. And he has the first extra base hit of the night for the Marlins. So a 2-out double. Marlins have all their base runners with 2 outs tonight.
That slider just kind of rolled back into the zone. Uncharacteristic of that pitch for Imai. Credit Conine for putting a really good swing on that and driving it into that opposite field gap.
Now Jacob Marcy, the batter. Marcy grounds one towards first, stays fair. Christian Walker will handle it on 2 hops, and that'll do it for the Marlins. 2-out double, 1 man left on base. Heading to the bottom of the fourth, it's a 2-0 Astros lead.
Clinic returns this summer. Sign your child up today to learn a dance routine they will perform on field prior to an Astros game. Register now at astros.com/dance. Ticket.
All right, Julia, we go to the bottom of the fourth. Lamont Wade Jr. will lead things off. He walked and scored a run his first time up. Lamont playing his 15th game in an Astros uniform, has more walks now than hits. And he almost tied it up, but he hit one right at the second baseman for the first out. Xavier Edwards makes the play, one away. Now a word from Buick GMC. Christian Walker singled his first time up, snapping an 0 for 9. Walker left the game early on Sunday. Takes a called strike here after his first at bat. Actually, Walker left after his first at bat against Trevor Rogers on Saturday. Did not play in the game on Sunday. Did not play in the game last night as a starter. Came on as a pinch hitter in the 7th. He missed about a little more than 2 games worth of action after leaving after one at bat in the Saturday game. This ball hit hard but foul. Christian has a 1-2 count. Phillips now over his season total of last year with innings pitched. 78 1/3 this year, 77 2/3 last year. This season he is mixed between the bullpen and the rotation. Tenth start, 26th appearance overall. Walker hits it hard but foul. And the count stays 1-2.
Had a hard time staying back on that split. There's been a lot of sinkers and splits from Phillips.
A little floater into center, and it will be caught on the run by Jacob Marcy. Walker retired for the second out. Well, Taylor Trammell will bat. Trammell flied out to right his first time up. On the ground, nice diving stop by Stowers. His throw is over the head of Phillips. Tried to throw from his backside and threw it over the head of his pitcher covering. And Trammell will reach with 2 outs.
It was a good effort by Stowers going to his right. Taking away that bid for that knock, and then just got up and made a terrible throw. Just a blind toss into the ether.
It's a hit for Taylor Trammell.
That's right.
He adds to his career high total, now his 28th hit on the season. And Lucas Spence misses the curveball for strike 1. Spence doubled in a run his first time up, his first big league RBI and his first major league extra base hit. Here at the minor league level, had 13 doubles and 4 triples to go along with 6 home runs in his 63 games played. Spence will be very happy to go on his first major league road trip tomorrow, not only because he's never been on a major league road trip, but because he's going back to his hometown. There goes Trammell. The pitch is down, the throw in time. Taylor gunned down trying to steal second. First time he's been caught stealing this year. Joe Mack has caught 18 runners trying to steal as he ends the fourth.
The ultimate goal of an MLB fan? Seeing it all. The MLB Journey to 30 sweepstakes presented by T-Mobile is the ultimate bucket list. Enter now for your chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks. Yes, all 30. MLB.com/journey to 30 sweeps.
Tatsuya Imai has the same three hitters due up in the fifth that he had in the third. Javier Sanoa, Joe Mack, and then top of the order, Otto Lopez. Sanoa flied out to right his first time up. Imai so far has allowed 3 hits. He has walked 1. All 4 base runners have reached with 2 outs. He has retired the first 2 hitters in all 4 innings so far. And it looks like he's retired the first batter of this inning as Paredes calls off Christian Vasquez and puts it away. Sanoa pops up for the first out of the inning. Thing we have learned about Tatsuya Imai, and he has not gone more than 6 innings in any major league start to this point. But when his pitch count gets elevated, he actually gets better the higher the pitch count is. He's in this little zone now, that 51 to 75 pitch counts, where he hasn't gone as well earlier this year. But then once he gets to 76 plumber, he's almost unhittable.
Yeah, it's amazing how he almost gets stronger as he gets deeper into the game. He's got 8 whiffs in this game today so far. Not a shock that 7 of them have been on that slider. But yeah, the early portion of the game and that mid portion of the game is where he's really got to kind of refine his stuff and try and get through it, because once he gets that through that second time through the order, he's actually better that third time through the order when the pitch count is a little more elevated.
We have seen him at times this year be around 50% with his strike percentage. Tonight's a much better percentage than a season average, as he is over 60% strikes so far, with 36 of 59 being strikes.
Another good slider. This will be the 8th swing and miss on that slider as the bottom falls out of it.
And that one rain shortened outing in Minnesota where he threw a bunch of strikes. But in terms of his starts at home, this has been his most effective outing so far in terms of being in the zone. 2-2 the count to Mack. Now one wide with 96, and now the count's full on the number 9 hitter.
He's gonna flip that slider in there.
There he is, got the slider for the strikeout. Mack goes down for the second time. That's now 5 strikeouts for Imai.
A UFO in effect, 3-2. It almost felt like that 2-2 pitch off the plate was setting up the 3-2 slider. But a good job of starting that in the zone and having it break down out of the zone.
Now Otto Lopez just off his missing 2 games with that injury. Painful ring finger on his right hand after fielding a ground ball in that Brewers series. Kept him out Sunday and Monday, but back in the lineup today. So far he's 0 for 1 with a walk. Major league leading hitter taking a pitch off the plate. It's 2-0.
He's been trying to grab that outside edge with the fastball, just hasn't gotten it.
That one's down 3-0. Well, all 5 innings, Tatsuya Imai has recorded an out of the first 2 hitters he has faced, but he has not been able to get through an inning cleanly, with the exception of the second. 2-out single in the first, 2-out walk in the third, followed by a single 2-out double in the 4th, and now a 2-out 4-pitch walk here in the 5th. And the 2 outs, bases empty situation has been a little problematic. Now Kyle Stowers, who blooped a 3-0 pitch into left field for a hit. Well, bat here with 2 outs, and Lopez will have to be watched at first. Starts him off with a slider for a strike, 0-1.
I'm not sure I realized how aggressive Stowers was at the plate. He's not afraid to go up there and swing at everything.
Last night the Marlins swung at all 9 pitches Ronel Blanco threw in the 1st inning. Ronel ended up getting 18 swings and misses last night in his first start off the IL.
His stuff looked really good. I know he gave up 2 home runs, but at the same time his stuff looked really good with that 18 whiff outing.
Yeah, it felt like the final line of giving up 4 runs was not reflective, because he gave up 2 hits.
Yeah.
But they were both right after walks, and both the 2 hits went out of the ballpark. So 2 hits and 4 runs. Every base runner he allowed, with the exception of the last base runner, his last batter he faced, came around to score. This ball hit pretty well in the left center field, and that's going to split the gap and go to the wall. Lopez can run. He's already at third. The throw will not come home. That'll be an RBI double by Stowers, and the Marlins on the board. It's now a 2-1 game.
Just a 4-seam fastball away, and a good swing by Stowers, going with that pitch and splitting that gap in left center field. You're right about Otto Lopez. He's got some good wheels, flying around to score standing up.
So the 2-out walk ends up coming around to score. Now Heriberto Hernandez, the batter. Hernandez singled his first time up, extending his on-base streak to 14 games. He's also flied to center. First pitch down and in for a ball, 1-0. Kind of amazing that all 6 base runners tonight have come with 2 outs. Just not able to put that finishing touch on an inning.
Yeah, that can be frustrating.
There's a strike. It's 1-1.
So backup slider stays on the inside.
Pitch missing in is 3-1. Hernandez spent some time at the minor league level, recalled from AAA Jacksonville May the 7th. Now he has a career high in home runs as well with 13. And hitting third most recently for the Marlins. He's got Stowers on second base and 2 outs. Imai got 2 quick outs to pop up in a strikeout. Now trying to get the 3rd out of the inning. Count goes full. Got him. Got him with a fastball 96 to end the inning. A hit and a walk and a run scored. Marlins now down 2-1. We're halfway home.
To play Astros trivia powered by Reliant, who is the one Hall of Famer who played for both the Marlins and the Astros. It's Astros trivia powered by Reliant.
Lucas Spence was batting last inning when Taylor Trammell was thrown out trying to steal to end the inning. So we'll get a fresh count here, 1-0, and now a 1-1 count. Lucas with a double, his first extra base hit, drove in the second run of the game for the Astros. Takes that one at the top of the zone for a strike. It's now 1-2. Phillips allowed a first inning run to the first batter he faced. Leadoff home run by Jeremy Pena. And Spence doubled in Lamont Wade Jr. But he was able to avoid further damage by getting Christian Vasquez and Jeremy Pena on strikes to end the second. Since that double, he's retired 7 of the last 8 hitters, and that one hitter that reached was thrown out trying to steal. Now the count's full on Lucas. It'll be Spence, Christian Vasquez, and Jeremy Pena this inning. Over the mound. Big hop for the shortstop Lopez, and he throws out Spence for the first out. Now a word from Dairy Queen.
Treat yourself to a summertime reward at DQ with our new limited time Blizzard Cup lineup.
Christian Vasquez will bat. Struck out his first time up. Today is the 53rd start for Vasquez this season. Astros have a very good record when he has started games, 31-21. They're 10 games over in Vasquez starts.
That's a real good record.
Started out hot as a hitter. It's cooled off a little bit here the last month or so, but his main role is to prevent runs on the other side and help guide his pitchers to a W. Marlins get their bullpen going for the first time. As Phillips is approaching 70 pitches, that is Tyler Zuber warming up. On the ground. Backhanded by Sanoa. Takes his time. Low throw, and Stowers can't pick it. Sanoa had all the time in the world to make that play as he chews on his glove with that throwing error.
A bit longer throw from third base. Had plenty of time. A couple of skips. And again, just didn't really follow through on that throw. Had a tough one yesterday also.
And that's going to be the last batter for Tyler Phillips. He will not face the lineup third time through. So Jeremy Pena will face a new Tyler when we come back. Tyler Zuber will be on in this 2-1 game.
Back here at Dyken Park, bottom of the 5th. Jeremy Pena coming to the plate. All in, all the time is presented by Daly and Black. And how about 22 home games this season for Jeremy Pena? He's slugging almost 600. The OPS at 984. He's getting on base, getting his hits, and doing it with some thunder. Big grand slam in yesterday's game. Led off this ball game today with a home run. He's going to face a new pitcher in Tyler Zuber. Comes in with a 3.46 ERA. It's going to be a lot of sweepers and a lot of fastballs from Zuber, who averages 95 miles an hour on that heater. 15 games, only 13 innings for Zub.
Pena fouls the second pitch he sees back. It's 0-2. Tyler Zuber a couple of years ago was pitching an independent ball. Found his way back through Tampa Bay and then pitched with the Mets and the Marlins last year, and this year exclusively with Miami. Missed the bottom of the zone, 1-2. Originally, Zuber was a Royal for 2 seasons. The pandemic year was his rookie year of 2020. Faces Pena here with Christian Vasquez on first and 1 out. Broke his bat towards short. They go to second, no chance to get Pena on the double play, so Vasquez retired. But Pena will reach on the fielder's choice with 2 outs. Now Yordan Alvarez bats. Yordan 1 for 2 tonight. Now leading by 15 points in the batting race. Andy Diaz 1 for 5 in second place at .310. Nobody else in the American League hitting .300. Mentioned how rare the Triple Crown is. Only once since '67, and that was Miguel Cabrera. Even more rare when you talk about the National League, which hasn't seen a Triple Crown winner since 1937. Oof. Two and 1 to count to Yordan. Now with an 8-game hitting streak going, hitting over 500 during the 8-game hitting streak. 14 for 27 with 7 walks. And he's got a 3-1 count here. Will Zuber challenge him?
If he does, Yordan might challenge the limits of this ballpark.
Off the fastball, the count's full.
Came right after him.
For last night, Yordan had never hit a home run against the Marlins. Now he's got 2, and the Cubs the only team remaining that he's not hit a home run against in the major leagues, obviously other than the Astros. Went after that pitch, it goes to the backstop. Yordan had no idea the pitch got away. He is going to be safe at first base, heading to third. Pena. Yordan didn't realize until almost too late that the pitch got away, but then when he saw it, he hustled down the line and beat the throw.
How about the hustle from the big man? You get these superstars on your team and you see them playing the game the right way. Filters through into that dugout, but this is beautiful. Yordan knew he made a mistake swing at that one, but immediately shifted into the team game, knowing that he could grab first if he hustled, and got it.
That's got to be one of his better times down to first.
That was outstanding.
Because once he started, he really moved his feet down the line, and now he gives Paredes a chance for an RBI here with 2 outs. First and third, 2 outs. And he hits the ball high in the air, deep to left field, and that hustle's going to pay off. A 3-run homer, and the Astros lead it 5-1.
Little bit of hustle, guy behind you just socks one out of here. Love it.
Isaac Paredes, a 3-run bomb off the community leaderboard side, and the Astros have a 4-run lead.
Yeah, just became Big Papi the other day, and this one goes into launch mode. Hanging sweeper, and the deposit has been made. Some big swings in the first 2 games here against the Marlins.
Now Jose Altuve taking a strike. Is it possible to love Yordan even more than when he strikes out?
Yeah.
No deflation. I'm going to be a team guy. I know I just struck out. I just am going to run as hard as possible, beat the throw from the catcher, and see what happens with Isaac Paredes. And Paredes answers with a 3-run bomb. You got to love it.
You have to love it. You do good things the right way, play the game hard, good things happen.
And Isaac hitting his 13th home run of the year. RBIs 51, 52, and 53 on the season. Now 2-1 pitch is a strike with the sweeper. Now Altuve has a 2-2 count. Jose started the night with a 3-game hitting streak. See, he's 0 for 2 tonight. That ball into center, sending Marcy back, but it's playable, and Jacob puts it away for the final out. But a big 3-run, 2-out home run.
Isaac getting the head out on a sweeper. The Astros needed a big swing after Yordan hustling down to first, and he got it. 5-1 Houston.
Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Academy Sports Outdoors. Fun can't lose. By Gallery Furniture. Buy your furniture today. Gallery Furniture delivers free tonight. And by Daly & Black. Has your home or business been denied, delayed, or underpaid by your insurance company? Call Daly & Black for your free consultation. Isaac Paredes with a big 2-out, 3-run home run, an inning extended with the hustle by Yordan Alvarez. And Isaac made Tyler Zuber and the Marlins pay, hitting the next pitch out for a 3-run jack, and now instead of a 2-1 game, it's 5-1. And Xavier Edwards takes a fastball off the plate to start this inning. Edwards is flied out and struck out as he leads off here in the 6th. It's a 1-1 count. Tatsuya, in facing the first 2 batters of each inning, is a perfect 0 for 10 against the Marlins tonight. Hitters are 0 for 10 against them first 2 of each inning. But then going into this inning, he has thrown half of his pitches with 2 outs because all 6 base runners have come with 2 outs tonight. 4 hits and 2 walks.
That's crazy.
Right.
Huh.
He did have 1 clean inning the second, but every other inning it's been at least 1 or 2 base runners after 2 outs and nobody on. Oh, somebody hold that for him. Checking out his time down to first.
I hope so.
Swing and a miss. Imai starts off the inning with strikeout number 7 as he gets Edwards for the second time. Edwards not an easy guy to strike out.
Now, there's some tough guys to strike out in this lineup, and Imai is getting some. Back-to-back strikeouts of Edwards in the last 2 at-bats on the slider. Or some form of a slider.
The UFO.
Yep.
Now Liam Hicks. He has struck out and grounded out and takes a first pitch strike here. Well, we mentioned it earlier. This is the stage of the game where Imai usually gets stronger. Once he gets to 76 pitches, that's his go zone. Very unusual numbers. It is very rare for a pitcher to have his best sequence of numbers when he goes 3rd time through the lineup, but it's drastic.
I'm not sure drastic is a strong enough word. It's apocalyptic in the middle part of that graphic you just saw, and then after that it's just complete lockdown. That's a decent sample size too. It's not just 2 or 3 hitters. He's got quite a few guys that he's faced.
Tomorrow's guy has good 3rd time through the lineup numbers too, Peter Lambert.
Yep. And he's been extended the last couple of outings.
Hicks now with a 3-1 count. And he delivers a strike at the knees, 3-2.
See what that is on our UTMB Anderson strike zone. Beautiful at the bottom of the zone.
Just an easy 95.
Mm-hmm.
Seen 7 splitters tonight, according to Savant from Tatsuya. I know they don't always get the slider and the splitters correct, but
I know sometimes they have a little bit of an issue trying to separate those. How many did you say?
I'm for 7. That one's in with a fastball. That'll be the 3rd walk allowed by Imai. Julia.
Your newest little fan to the Astros family with the Astros Rookies Club, presented by Houston Methodist. This program is designed for newborns. Includes a bib, a swaddle blanket, milestone markers, and Astros birth certificate. Join now at astros.com/rookies club.
So Josh Miller out to talk with Tatsuya along with the translator Shio. Tatsuya's allowed 4 hits and 3 walks as they have a little conversation, and while they do, a word from Texas Mattress Makers.
Don't strike out on your sleep. Hit a home run every night on a mattress made by Texas Mattress Makers.
You have them for 6 splitters?
Sliders.
Oh, 6 sliders.
Yeah, 6 strikeouts on the slider. Are you talking about the number of
I was
pitches?
just talking about the number of splitters he's thrown.
Ah, okay.
My bad. There you see his pitch count by inning, 3rd and 5th, a little bit lengthy, but overall pretty good.
Statcast has him with 8.
Nice. That's more than he normally throws.
Yeah, a couple more.
It's usually about 90% split between fastball slider.
6 strikeouts on the slider, 1 on the fastball.
Here's Griffin Conine. Astros get their bullpen going for the first time as AJ Blueball begins to warm up. Astros have 3 guys that can give them multiple innings in their pen. Blueball pitched on Saturday and went 2 innings and 40 pitches. Kaiwei Dung went 46 pitches on Sunday and 2 1/3. Christian Javier, the 3rd pitcher that can give them multiple innings. Conine down to the count 0-2. Astros getting Ronel Blanco back yesterday, and Joe Espada saying Hayden Wisniewski is going to make a start Thursday for Sugarland. So he is close to returning. Astros also getting Bennett Sousa back. There's Hayden. He's hoping that next start is the last rehab start, and then he'll be ready to go. Everybody's expecting it to be his final rehab.
Yeah, we were just getting used to Wisniewski's stuff when he got injured. I was kind of enjoying some turbo sinkers in there. 95, 96.
On the ground foul, stays 2-2. Imai trying to match his season high of 6 innings of work. He's done it 4 different times, including that no-hitter against the Rangers at Arlington. His best start at home this season. He's gone 6 innings of 2-run baseball against the Brewers on May the 31st. Trying to top that tonight as he leads 5-1 here in the 6th. That is close, and it is a called third strike. 8 strikeouts for Imai, getting Conine looking for the second out.
And he got it with that splitter that TK was talking about. You can see it right there. Just kind of rolls it over with that split grip, and you can see a confused Conine who was hoping that call wouldn't be made. But when you make a pitch like that, you deserve that right arm to go up.
It almost acted like a screwball.
Yeah, he really kind of pronated that one as he went through there.
Throws another one.
Why not? That's what I think is interesting. If you just go on 2 pitches the first 2 times through the order, you could blow some minds if you go that 3rd time through and start throwing that split.
Maybe that's why he has such good numbers 3rd time through. Stays heavy fastball slider first 2 times and then introduces the splitter the last time around. Now he's ahead of the count 0-2 as he faces Marcy for a 3rd time. Imai's at 94 pitches. They have let him go to 100 only once this year, so this is likely his last inning. Bounces that one in there. Counts 1-2. Big swing by Isaac Paredes, taking a 1-run lead to a 4-run lead in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Inning extended when Yordan Alvarez hustled his way into first base on a strikeout. Now Imai trying to get through the top of the 6th. That ball to left, pretty well hit. Lamont Wade Jr. is there though and makes the catch. Tatsuya Imai with his best start at home in his Astros career. 6 innings of 1-run baseball. Slaps 5 with Vasquez in a 5-1 lead.
Get out and play is driven by Toyota in the 7th inning with 2 outs. Isaac Paredes got hold of one to the opposite field gap. Marcy couldn't get it. Once it got past him, he rolls into 3rd for his 4th career triple, and Christian Vasquez a little concerned, wants to know if he needs some oxygen. And then tonight gets a hanging sweeper after the hustle of Yordan Alvarez and turns it into a 3-run inning with that 3-run blast. A couple of big swings in the last couple of nights for Isaac Paredes as he checks out his work on the iPad. The Astros are going to face an old face in Ryan Gusto on the mound now. Astros trading him in 2025 to the Miami Marlins. Threw in 86 innings for the Astros back in 2025. As you see the numbers on the season.
Astros drafted him in 2019. He was part of a 3-player package sent to Miami. Lamont Wade Jr. is going to challenge this pitch. This is Lamont Wade's first challenge of his season.
Batter is challenging the strike call.
So he was not with another team earlier in the season at the big league level. So this is his first ever ABS challenge.
Houston will have one remaining.
He's going to lose it.
Barely.
Just barely loses that one. Top corner of the strike zone on the outside edge. Gusto, Chase Jaworski, and Esmil Valencia traded to the Marlins in exchange for Jesus Sanchez. That one just fouled the other way. And then Sanchez moved this offseason for Joey Loperfido. Ryan Gusto ended up making 3 starts for the Marlins last year after appearing as both a starter and a reliever for the Astros. He won 7 games for Houston last year. Into center, coming on Marcy, and he will make a sliding catch. Mont Wade is retired for the first out of the 6th. Christian Walker will bat. Walker's 1 for 2 tonight as he takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. Tatsuya Imai's night appears to be over, and he pitched his best game here at Daikin Park. 6 innings of 1-run baseball, out 4 hits and 3 walks. Struck out 8 in his 6 innings of work. Sanoa makes the catch on that pop-up by Christian Walker for the 2nd out. Julia.
Hey, I've got results of today's Chevy Stroh poll. Thanks for voting, participating. What play would you most want to see in person? And Grand Slam is the winner. 37% of you would love to see a Grand Slam in person. It's a game.
All right, Julia, 2 outs, nobody on, and Taylor Trammell will bat. Trammell with an infield hit and a fly out tonight. Astros' next pitcher will be A.J. Blueball as Gusto, against his former team, comes in and pitches a perfect 6, 1-2-3 inning, getting Wade, Walker, and Trammell.
Tonight's fan cam presented by GulloAuto.com. Cruz Home Run Alley. Check out some of the Astros Hall of Famers. Probably not as many nachos going tonight as a normal because it's Dollar Dog night. Some fans hanging around watching this ball game. Watched Imai pitch a very good game. That's what I'm talking about. That kid putting French fries into his ice cream. I'm in. But Imai pitching really well. Some big swings from Isak and Jeremy Pena. And now you've got A.J. Blueball on the bump. "37 games, 62 innings. That's the length that TK was talking about. He can give you multiple innings. Fastball slider, or fastball sweeper, I should say, and the changeup have been working well for AJ the last couple of outings.
It's got Javier Sanoa leading off, and Sanoa down in the count 1-2. Astros also have shifted their outfield with Cam Smith taking over in right field and moving Taylor Trammell to left. Similar move was made last night. Last night, Zach DeCenzo was lifted from the game. Tonight, Lamont Wade Jr. taken out of the game. Ground ball to short. Pena double pumps, and that may have cost him. Jeremy couldn't find the baseball on that grounder. Sanoa moving up the line, put a little pressure on JP, and we'll see how that one scored.
Looks like he could give that one a base hit. All fielded cleanly, just the exchange you could see. Jeremy Pena called for traveling, but it's a base hit for Sanoa.
first pitch strike to Joe Mack. It's 0-1. Astros love the versatility they have with A.J. Blueball, and apparently so do a lot of other teams. I've heard, you never know what to believe in trade deadline time, but I've heard that there are a lot of teams inquiring about Blueball's availability. The Astros would love to keep him for a number of years.
Well, that's part of the appeal too, is that he's good and he's got some control left.
Tried to check his swing. The pitch was close, and the swing was also close. The Astros don't get either one. It's 2-1. Imai 96 pitches, 56 strikes, picked up 8 strikeouts today. This ball hit deep to the bullpen in right center, and that is going to leave Joe Mack beyond the bullpen. Hits a home run for the second straight night. Last night he hit the hardest baseball of the night for the Marlins. And tonight he cuts the lead in half from 5-1 to 5-3.
That ball was smoked. There's a hanging changeup by Blueball. Watch the location on it. Right over the middle part of the plate. And Joe Mack takes advantage of it, hitting it 435 feet over the Astros bullpen.
Now multiple runs allowed in 3 of Blueball's last 4 outings as he gives up that 2-run home run. Now the top of the order, Otto Lopez taking a strike. Lopez has bounced back to the pitcher and walked twice. Now down to the count 0-2. We thought lefties might be prevalent in this series for the Astros out of the pen. We saw Steven Okert used last night with this heavy left-hand hitting lineup, and now Bennett Sousa begins to warm up in the Astros pen. Here you see Sousa trying to get into the game tonight. It would be his first game since coming off the IL. Got him. Lopez down on strikes. Blueball picks up his first out of the inning, getting the leadoff hitter swinging one away.
This is the good changeup. Right on right. Put that fade down and in. Lopez couldn't lay back on it. Swings over the top of it. Good pitch.
Now Kyle Stowers, who has a couple of hits and 3 at bats against Imai tonight, including an RBI, the only run scored by the Marlins, takes a pitch at the top of the zone for a strike. There's that good changeup, 0-2. The 8th home run allowed by Blueball this year. As he comes back with a strikeout of Lopez and a strikeout of Stowers. Put Kyle down on 3 pitches for the second out. Now a word from Standard Insurance.
Did you just pay your insurance bill and say to yourself, I need to save money? Call, come by, or click to save hundreds, if not thousands.
Don't delay, call Standard today.
2 outs, bases empty. Here's Edilberto Hernandez. 1 for 3 today. Goes after the first one and fouls it at 96. Tried to hold up. Got to swing, says first base umpire John Lipka. AJ blue ball ahead of the count 0-2.
Ooh. That was pretty close. Went the Astros' way.
Ball hit pretty deep to left field. Trammell all the way back at the wall. It's off the top of the wall and in play. A double by Hernandez on a 2-strike pitch. And now the Marlins have a runner on second with 2 outs in a 2-run game.
'97 at the top of the zone, and Alberto went up and got it. Fortunately, a high launch angle. Didn't exactly square it up, but got plenty of it to hit it off that billboard out there and left. High off that wall above Trammell. 2-out base runner.
Josh Miller out to have a word with blue ball. Switch hitter Xavier Edwards is due up. He's pretty much a neutral switch hitter. No advantage lefty or righty, but beyond him is 3 lefties. You would think this is going to be the last batter for AJ in this outing as Bennett Sousa is ready to go. So 3 hits in the inning for the Marlins, an infield hit, a home run by Joe Mack, and now the double high off the wall and left by Hernandez. Edwards 0 for 3 tonight with a couple of strikeouts, and he fouls one away. 0-1. AJ last year made his second career appearance in the major leagues against the Marlins when he was called back up in August. Pitched against Miami down in South Florida, went 5 innings. Gave up 2 runs on a couple of solo home runs that night. Looking for that final strike here on Edwards. He got ahead of Hernandez 0-2 before the double off the wall. Now he's 0-2 on Xavier. Pitch gets away from Vasquez and moving to third will be the Marlin left fielder Roberto Hernandez.
Change up down at the bottom. Skipping away from Vasquez. That runner 90 feet closer.
Pitch missing down, 2-2. Foul tip caught by Vasquez. Blue ball, frustrated as he walks off the mound with that 2-run home run, but he gets through the inning with 3 strikeouts. And it's now a 5-3 game. 7th inning stretch presented by Texas Mattress Makers.
How about we answer our trivia question powered by Reliant? Who is the one Hall of Famer who played for both the Marlins and Astros? And of course, it is Pudge Rodriguez, 03 with the Marlins, World Series Ball Club, and 2009 with the Astros.
Ryan Gusto back out for a 2nd inning of work. The former Astro facing the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Houston here in the 7th. Lucas Spence with a double and a ground out tonight. He is down in the count here, 0-2. Gusto retired the Astros in order in the 6th inning. And he makes quick work of Lucas Spence with that fastball up. Gusto picking up his first strikeout of the night, 1 away in the 7th.
Gusto pumping 96 up above the zone, got the chase from Lucas Spence.
Told me the backstory with Ryan Gusto. He's one of those guys that you always look to as the perseverance paid off, because he was basically cut from his high school team, didn't have a place to play, and ended up on a team called the Carolina Royals, where it was mostly for homeschool kids. But he didn't make his own school's team, ended up playing on that team, and kind of talked his way into a walk-on situation in college. His family moved down to Broward, which is not far from where the Miami Marlins are now. So he's kind of back in his hometown after that trade from the Astros. But here he is, a big leaguer in his 2nd major league season.
Yeah, pretty amazing, but he's done a very good job.
Batter is challenging the strike call.
Christian Vasquez is going to challenge this call. The Astros lost a challenge earlier with Lamont Wade Jr., and Vasquez is going to lose this one. So the Astros out of challenges here.
It's even a strike on our strike zone.
It's going to ring him up, and that one where maybe he had a challenge, he might have been able to use it. Instead, he used it on the previous pitch, and he's out number 2.
Yeah, you see it right here on our UTMD Anderson strike zone. That one was inside. No challenges left. The 97 looks like a paint job.
Now Jeremy Pena. Pena led off this game with a home run. He's also struck out and grounded into a fielder's choice. Astros having trouble against their former right-hander Ryan Gusto, who's probably a little more motivated tonight than usual.
I'm sure.
Always want to come back and show the team that traded you that they made a mistake.
His average velocity is around 94 miles an hour on his fastball tonight. Seen some 96, 97s.
He's probably amped up out there as he's retired all 5 batters trying to strike out the side in the inning. He's 0-2 on Pena. Yeah, plus 2.0. Averaging 93.9 on the year, 95.9 tonight.
That's the adrenaline push.
Yeah. You always cheer for a guy like Gusto based on his trials and tribulations to get even into college as a pitcher, and then obviously making his way to the big leagues. Fastball missing in, 1-2. Gusto now 27 years old. After he got traded from the Astros last year, we mentioned he made 3 starts. They didn't go that great for the Marlins, and then they found out he had a right shoulder impingement in late August, and he would miss the rest of the year. This year he's worked as both a starter and a reliever. And looks like he's going to go 2 perfect innings as Pena thrown out by Otto Lopez to end the 7th. Brian Gusto keeping the Marlins down 2. It's 5-3.
Los Astros is back on SCHN. Catch your Houston Astros in Spanish for this week's games against the Miami Marlins. Only on SCHN 2 and streaming on SCHN Plus. Blummer?
Thank you, Julia. It's good to have the boys in town. They've helping the Astros maybe pick up a couple of W's, but right now it's going to be Bennett Sousa trying to pick up a W. He was activated yesterday. First game since May 4th. 3 1/3. Numbers a little bit large in just those 5 games, but he has got a good fastball that can be in the mid-90s or 97. That first pitch that he's thrown since coming back off the injured list. And he's got a powerful arm and it can create some swing and miss. The Astros would love that at the back end of the bullpen.
Thrown right into a big spot here, protecting a 2-run lead in the 8th inning as he gets a pop-up of Liam Hicks as Jeremy Pena puts that away for the first out of the inning. We'll see our first pinch hitter of the night, Leo Jimenez, who came on as a pinch hitter last night for Joe Mack, is going to hit here for Griffin Conine. Clayton McCullough going to the first of what will be 2 consecutive right-handed pinch hitters. Esteury Ruiz is on deck to also hit for Jacob Marcy. The Marlins have 3 consecutive lefties in their lineup here in the 5, 6, and 7 spot. So here's Jimenez, who yesterday singled as a pinch hitter and stayed in the game and would fly out in his second at bat. First pitch from Sousa at 96, misses the bottom of the zone, 1-0. First time pitching in the big league since May the 4th for Sousa. Had a great 2025 and hoping to build on that this year the rest of the way, assuming he can stay healthy. 1-2 the count. He became one of the go-to guys late last season.
He did. You like the velocity, and you also like this right here. A good slider with the bottom just drops out of that one as well, staying away from the swing.
This ball hit to right. Cam Smith on the move, and he will make a nice running catch in right center field. Cam Smith runs down the line drive off the bat of Jimenez for the second out. Now word from Woodlands Church.
At Woodlands Church, there's a place for everyone. We don't have all the answers, but we're looking to the one who does.
Cam put in for defense, showing why as he runs that one down. Now Esteury Ruiz, former A's player, now with the Marlins, will pinch hit for Jacob Marcy. Ruiz also pinch hit yesterday. He did not stay in the game, so he ended up 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter who popped up in last night's game. Takes a strike here.
Batter is challenging the strike call.
Ruiz felt like that first pitch was up, as he's going to challenge this pitch and he's going to win it.
Miami will have 2 remaining.
The Marlins still have both of their challenges remaining. The Astros do not have any. Ruiz is 3 for 11 on the year as a pinch hitter. Goes after the fastball and misses 1-1. There's a strike on the inner half. Ruiz wasn't sure about that call. It's 1-2. Probably should have challenged that one.
Yeah, that was well off the inside corner.
Got him. Welcome back, Bennett Sousa. 1-2-3 inning, finishing with a strikeout in his first big league game since May the 4th. Cam Smith helped him out with his running catch. The Astros lead at 5-3.
Here's the energy boost powered by TXU Energy. And how about this boost? Yordan Alvarez. This play turned out to be pretty impactful. He strikes out but notices the ball gets away, so races to first, beats out the throw, and that sets things up. It keeps the inning alive, and it sets things up for Isaac Paredes, who the next batter sends it out for a 3-run home run and gives the Astros some separation.
Yeah, gotta love the hustle. Paid off for the Astros with a 3-run, 2-out home run because Yordan did not take anything for granted on that strikeout after he realized it was at the backstop, and he will face a new pitcher here in the 8th.
It's going to be Zach Brixey in this game. He's a 4.50 ERA as he toes the rubber, and the first batter he's got to face is Yordan.
And Yordan hooks one in the hole for another base hit. So he is 2 for 4 on the night. And still, maybe the most impressive part of his night was that hustle play on the strikeout.
100%. Hitters hit, and that's exactly what Yordan is doing. Takes that first pitch. It was a changeup off the outside corner, but he's able to pull it into that right field area for that base hit. Tonight's aerial coverage of the Wire Cam is brought to you by our partners at Defy. Another leisurely stroll to first base. Gets to know a lot of first basemen around the league, doesn't he?
He does. You never know how the game plays out with the play being changed, but if he goes half-hearted down the line and just kind of jogs it out, that's a 3-run difference. And right now the Astros, instead of being up 5-3, could be down 3-2.
That's a very, very good point.
You never know what Paredes does the next at bat if he's let off the inning, but certainly we know what happened when Yordan didn't take anything for granted and hustled out that play. As Paredes on the next pitch turned it into a 3-run home run. Yordan's now up to 326 with that base hit. This ball up around the rafters is going to end up in the stands, I believe. Yeah, just a couple of rows back. Yordan's lead in batting average is up to 14 points. Paredes with that home run extended his own hitting streak. He's hit in 7 straight and has that batting average since June 3rd, which is about a quarter of a season ago, right around 300. He's been quietly really good at the plate for the last month and a half.
Yes, he has. The at-bats are always going to be good, but he's really done a good job. We saw that first game of this series going to that opposite field gap. He's doing a good job of seeing pitches. He has been using more of the field than he has in the past, I feel like. When he gets that mistake, he still has that ability to elevate to the pull side.
Isak with his 13th home run, and his 3-run shot gave him 53 RBIs on the year. Right now, it's a difference in the game. Astros leading 5-3. Golfs this one. That hits the rafters and deflects further back in the stands. Yordan's like, did you see that?
This is what a 71-degree launch angle looks like as it smashes the bottom of the girders and shoots into the seats.
Good shag.
It was.
There's a bullet up the middle. Paredes with his 2nd hit of the night. He and Yordan have a multi-hit night each. And now 1st and 2nd with nobody out.
And it's kind of to the point that I was talking about with Isak. This is a tough pitch down below the zone. He just rifled that one right back up the middle.
I mean, that was a really good pitch.
Yeah.
That was like ankle high. Talked about him using the whole field, and he produced for you.
Give him a high five tomorrow.
Now Jose Altuve, he's got his own 3-game hitting streak going, looking for his first hit tonight. And he takes a slider off the plate, 1-0. Altuve is grounded into a double play and flied out a couple of times. Grounds this one to third. They might have a chance to turn 3, and they are going to get a triple play on Jose Altuve. Grounds the ball right to the bag, and the Marlins turn a triple play on Altuve to end the 8th inning.
They're playing him in and toward the bag. The ball hit hard to the right of Jimenez, just steps on the bag and goes around the horn for the triple play.
In tonight's Chevy Stroh poll, 31% of the people maybe were here. They're very happy they saw a triple play, but probably not happy they saw it off the bat of Altuve.
No, you don't want to see it on an Astro doing it, but that's unbelievable. That is a part of the Chevy Stroh poll, and it happened.
Right?
What in the world?
First time an Astros hit into a triple play since 2019.
Oh, man. Josh Hader on the mound for the Astros. He's in here to close this game out. And this is a save opportunity, so he would like to improve on those numbers on that bottom line. Overall, great numbers, 28 strikeouts and 17 1/3.
This ball hit hard to right field, and that's going to be down for a hit. Cam Smith will watch it go into the stands and bounce out for an automatic double. So the Marlins will bring the tying run to the plate as Javier Sanoa slices a double the other way. The first batter Hader faces.
Pretty good swing on a backdoor slider. Stayed on it, just slapped it down that line. And jumped into the seats for that ground rule double.
Altuve out of the game now with Nick Allen in for defense in the top half of the 9th inning. And now Joe Mack, who has a 2-run home run his last at bat, is the tying run here in the 9th inning. Takes a fastball at the top of the zone that Mack is going to challenge. Mack has not won a challenge as a hitter this year.
Batter is challenging the strike call.
He is 0 for 2 in his ABS challenges powered by T-Mobile. And he's going to win his first as a hitter.
2 remaining.
Wow.
Sean Barber coming into this game had a 92.2% accuracy percentage according to the ump scorecards. Keeps track of all the umpires. That's the 3rd worst of any of the umpires who have had 10 games or more behind the plate. So he's had a couple overturned tonight. It's now a 1-1 count. Runner on second, nobody out. That's at the top of the zone for a strike. Mack thought about challenging again and doesn't. Fortunately, I think that one was up too.
That was borderline, but I think you're right. It might have been just a hair above the zone. We'll check it out. The UTM being a strike zone. Maybe just clipped it.
So it's a 1-2 count. And that one's right there on the outside corner. Called 3rd strike. Mack down looking for the first out of the inning. Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Jack's new Philly-style bonus Jack combo. Shaved steak, grilled onions and peppers, and melty cheese starting at $5, $4.99. By Texas Children's. And by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Top of the order, Otto Lopez with a runner on and 1 out. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. Astros trying to win back-to-back games after being swept coming out of the All-Star break by the Orioles. Lopez backs off the plate. It's 1-1. Marlins got 1 run in 6 innings against Tatsuya Imai. A.J. Blueball gave up a 2-run home run in his 1 inning of work. Bennett Sousa off the IL, impressive in a 1-2-3-8. And now Hader trying to finish things out. Ground ball towards short. Hader went after it, but he's got Pena behind him, who makes the play for the 2nd out.
What's on tap is presented by Lawnmower Blonde. Tough customer tomorrow. Sandy Alcantara will be starting for the Marlins. You can see his last 3 starts have been very good. 8 innings, 7 innings, 6 innings, only allowing 1, 3, and 1 runs. 4 walks in that last outing against Milwaukee, but still just allowing 3 hits. He has 110 quality starts in his career.
Had a nice rebound season. Great pitching matchup tomorrow with Lambert going for the Astros. Here is Kyle Stowers, who hit a ball 104.3 off of Hader last night for a single into right center. And he pops this one up. Playable. Should be the ball game. Isaac Paredes in from 3rd. And the Astros win it 5-3. Josh Hader closes the door. The Astros with back-to-back wins. And with that win, Joe Espada now moves to 10th all-time in managerial wins, tied with Terry Collins with 224 wins as an Astros manager. That's a nice win after last night's W.
Yeah, congrats to Joe Espada. Congrats to the Astros, playing good couple of games here to be able to take this series from the Marlins. Looking for the sweep tomorrow. But Tatsuya Imai showed up today. We got the good version of him tonight. And that's what set the tone for the Astros, but the Astros lean on some home run baseballs to win this ball game against the Marlins.
Imai's best start at home in an Astros uniform as they win it 5-3. Post-game show presented by Whataburger features Kevin Eschenfelder and Brian Bogusevic. Julia Morales helping out with interviews on the field and in the clubhouse. Post-game show next.